Get ready for the quiet, not the quiet morning coffee. Season finale, get ready, y'all. Smoking that blue drain. Are we recording?
Be there, then I would say funny. How
She ain't recording.
So I might
Happy holidays. Good morning, everyone. Get ready. Got my holiday attire on just for you. This is how you sound the body heat. Get ready to go live, Pack Stereo TV. Morning Coffee season finale. Good morning, everyone. Hola. Got Facebook in the house. Lizzie, Mac McAllister, Quincy, Ira, Regina, Vasley, Todd. Everybody.
Spring's love.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Let's get down on the good news train. Have your morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Get the 311 before the morning's done. Laugh until you cry. You can always rely on morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Morning coffee with Mario.
Come on! Holiday dance! Holiday prance! Come on!
empty. I'm telling y'all, it's the lyrical recipe. Lyrical ecstasy, hearing no less from me. I accept and expect no less than the best. And inject intellect without disrespect. Come on, be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do. Just vibe, yeah, vibe, yeah. Be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do. Just vibe with it, vibe with it. It's like an epidemic, rock star gimmick. Get it, then realize that you in it and you're finished. Don't dream diminish. See, I play the season, y'all have a scrimmage. I speak with reason, y'all hit the image. But I believe the dream has no limits. I believe that's the whole reason we live it. But they don't get it, they like it's not right.
Come on!
Hip hop here to stay, no shizzy. We gonna get it, new improved music, move and groove with it. Choose what you give it. I smack rap like gangsta hoes. My flow hard like they get the skimpy clothes. On individuals and anything knows. The way I pick 'em like eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Got soul, got so much funk. Things to rap, I should pack a fat hole. Y'all should kick back, relax, and just roll.
Roll with it.
Vibe with me. Roll with me. Vibe with me. Roll with me. Come on and vibe with me.
If I paint this,
Vibe with me. Cool, be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth.
let's just do what we came to do. Come on. Be cool. Good morning. Whoa, good morning, everyone. Happy holidays. As you can see, I am ready for the holidays. It is officially the holiday season. You know that now because your money is getting low already. Your money getting low. And I'm dressed appropriately. I know, take a good look at this wonderful holiday fashion that I've managed to accumulate here just for you guys. I want you to say, you usually can't get it like this, you know. It's hard to find it like this, man.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
I'm glad it can fit right off the rack.
Yeah,
Right
which
off
rack?
the rack, as they say. So,
Which rack?
right off the Nordstrom rack.
It's right.
Take a look. Matching pants, the whole suit with the tie.
Oh, man, you gotta watch out, man. You're gonna get some competition for Bishop Don Juan. Get ready.
Oh, Lord. Bishop Don Juan. I know you guys, but hey, I'm getting in the holiday spirit. The house is decorated. Our friends are celebrating. And things are coming around. I don't know about you, but for some of you, you know you got to do that holiday cleaning. That's right. Some of you, you know your place is a mess. Mom and the family is going to be dropping by. And so you got to get that holiday cleaning done, as difficult as that may seem. So go on and just bite the bullet. Bite the bullet. Yes, and I want to say hi this morning. Everybody's checking in from all over social media. I see, you know, Vic, they calling me the Santa Pimp. PMC's already weighing in.
That's a good one.
Calling
man.
me the Santa Pimp. And
Oh, I think that's a good one, man. I like that.
Audrey said Yuletide pimping.
Yeah, man.
Audrey, you better watch out because I may take you out to eat dressed like this. So you better, beware. So I don't know, Vic, are you ready for the holidays? Are you done?
I'm never done. I haven't figured out a way to kind of leave this planet for about 30 days in the month of December and then come back after New Year's. I haven't figured it out yet, so I'm nowhere near done. My wallet keeps trying to run from me because it doesn't want to leave me. The cash that's in it, it's about to go out the door, man. I'm holding on.
You know, that's the big thing, too, because if you actually have some cash, you know, part of you is going, don't spend this cash.
It's gone.
Part of you is going, don't spend it. Because, you know, after the holidays, it sets in, you get those morning blues. And you sort of go through those things. I just wonder how many of you out there are actually planning to spend more money this year. Anyone out there planning on spending more money, or are people trying to spend less? I'm just wondering. How about you, Vic? Are you spending more this year than usual, or?
I think, you know what, whether you think you're not, it's going to come back and hit you sooner or later. So I believe that you spend less and they go, oh yeah, you know what, you were cool. You didn't have to spend too much. And you get about like in January, February, issues with home, issues with bills chasing you, then know that it caught up with you. Everything gets deferred and all of a sudden comes in another way. So I believe I'm doing better during this Christmas holidays, but I believe the setup is on because everybody knows the mailman cometh that first week or two in January after you spent all those bills charging everything out. It's chasing you. So I don't know if I'm getting a reprieve or not, man. I think it's coming in January.
Well, just to give everybody a little bit of an insight into my journey, this year I actually have to spend more money too, because for the first time in about 8 years or so, I actually decided to have a steady date person. Give it up to claps. I don't want to jinx it.
Steady date person. That's a new name.
Yeah, steady. I tell you, I don't want to jinx it.
Steady date person.
So I have to actually, like some of you, I actually this year have to buckle on down and act like a boyfriend, sorta. So I don't know. Where's the?
You know, your tone of voice and how you're delivering that.
I'm just saying.
Doesn't come off very positive. If I was watching this,
She ain't
I
watching.
defined,
She ain't watching.
and my woman was going like, you know, it seemed like you were really struggling to give praise to your current experience. If anything, it seems you got shackles on your feet.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
as a man, you haven't dated. I haven't been in a steady relationship at Christmas for years, and so I've been sort of touting the fact that I would always arrive in February with, extra money. Now I got to think about Valentine's Day because it's funny.
You're
They
shackling.
already.
You are.
Man, help!
Man, you are. Look, I'm.
You don't feel persecuted, Vic.
I'm saying
You
this
got
is-
Valentine's Day coming too.
I said, do you inevitably go like this? I want a woman, but I don't want all the stuff that comes around it on the calendar. Is that what you're saying? What you said? You said, can I have a woman without the special dates and celebrations? Would that be your perfect world? I'm just saying.
It's complicated, ladies and gentlemen. I admire you folks out there that are in a loving relationship. I admire you because of your ability to bite that lip and keep your mouth shut. So
Hey.
I'm admiring that because I know that you are doing it. So I just want you to know that Mara Hemsley, I'm trying. I'm making the grand effort, as it were. And so we will see.
Good luck.
As Drake once said, we gonna see.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so let me give you some of the announcements going around and revisit. We've been posting them on Facebook. A lot of stuff happening, everybody getting ready for the New Year's. Miko Williams, our own hot chocolate, our chocolate beauty, take a look. She's posting so many things relative to her latest experience as a gardener. And now she's fully into the home crafts.
There you go.
So besides being beautiful, she's out gardening. So many of you, if you go along Facebook, you'll see that she's posting things from the garden. And so that's one of the things that's great right now. We get to see Miko doing things. I myself is continuing on the decorating of the house, so we're getting the house together and getting those holiday decorations up. And so it's cool. We're having a good time. Hey, so as always, I love to show you some of these wonderful animal vids.
Look out, Booty. The ninja cat's getting you.
Oh, that was cute, man.
Man, it's amazing how these animals act, I do this every week. I post interesting animal vids on Facebook because, it's kind of what I do. But it's not the only thing that I do. I also post interesting news items, and some of them are very moving, especially this holiday time. I try to show some of them. Here's one I thought was really inspiring. always the children, you guys. Always the children. And I've met so many of these wonderful children. I've met children that are heroes. Here's a girl who was born without arms.
Don't let anyone stop you from doing something you really love to do. I like dancing because it makes me feel happy. When my brother Connor plays the piano, I like to make up dances. The hardest thing for me to do is keep my balance.
Sophie can really do basically anything any other 7-year-old can do.
That's a lot of fish.
People will often ask, how did you teach her to do this or that with her feet? And the answer is we didn't teach her. That's what she had and that's what she is. So she's learned to adapt in so many ways.
She had these beautiful big eyes and they just seemed to be calling out for someone to come and get her. We actually noticed her eyes before anything else, before even thinking about the fact that she didn't have arms.
Can you get up? That's pretty flexible right there.
Lexi's blind. They do everything together. One is the arms and one is the eyes.
Well, Lexi is like my best friend because we got adopted on the same day. And I think that's really cool. Okay, like, give me some space a little.
Obviously, Sophie riding is really impressive that she can ride with her feet. And I was also really impressed at how confident she is. All the kids love her in class and she's like best friends with everybody.
A few of the kids were really staring at her and they asked her, why don't you have arms? She burst into tears. She said, I don't want to go to school. And so after that, I decided to go in and talk to the class on the first day. We made a little video of her showing all the things that she could do. We went and talked to the children and they were wonderful. They were very receptive.
She's outgoing, she's spunky and tenacious, she's fun, she doesn't back down from a challenge.
She has so much personality, perseverance, spirit. I don't think not having arms will hold her back from doing anything.
That was pretty.
You know, at this time of the year, it's so amazing. We get a chance to look around us and take stock of the things that we somehow managed to pass throughout the years. And for me, it's very touching because I stop and think sometimes of the children that I have known over these 30 years that I practice pediatrics. And I can tell you, it's just like what you saw. You know, every time I would go to work, I would be inspired by the bravery that these children, it's amazing. Like I said, I've seen children be heroes. And it's something it reminds you of God in those moments. You get a chance to watch them struggle and you think how much their lives are affected by our opinions of them. And so, makes you want to try harder to be kind and loving of those around us who are dealing with those disabilities at this time of year. God bless you, and God bless you on your journey.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, I also do my people watch moment. Now, that's when I actually go to social media, and I take a look around at what people are talking about, which often I feel so disconnected. But this one I felt a connection growing. When everybody was talking about Gigi Hadid, her one-button shirt. It's the new trend, Vic.
Yeah,
Miley Cyrus was supposedly showing off her, damn near showing her chest up on Saturday Night Live this past week. For those of you who didn't see it, go on and tune in. But she wore a number of jackets, right? You saw it, Vic?
Mm-hmm.
With the open chest.
Yep.
And we want to give it up for Gigi. What do you guys think about that one button look?
Well, Miley is already, for the most part, kind of like buttons, no buttons. She was always kind of displaying with confidence. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't. Okay, I'm not taking away from sure. I think it's cool because I saw it hit. But you know, you get to see more of this on runway fashion shows, on the runway models. I mean, so it just looks like that's where she. I mean, isn't that her background where she came from? It just looked like one of the
Well,
other
in
stuff.
other words, what you're saying is that so people are showing it, which
Yeah.
has always been a thing going back to the bikini days. I always
Yeah.
are those ones who show it.
Right.
Uh,
You see this at the club, right?
yeah, when I go to the club. But it's nice to have it. It's like, you know, TNA kind of doesn't change very much. It's still T and it's still A.
Yeah.
No matter how much you cover it or uncover it, it's
Yeah.
pretty much the same.
Yeah.
That's what people saw, I guess, over the years. But it's the style in which they bring it. So I got to give it to Gigi. I kind of like the flair she's bringing. So
Well, she's brought more flair, but they will not put that necessarily in the trending viral pics. I mean, it all depends on how you want to look at it.
well, we like it. Give it up to Gigi. All right. So also we got to get the birthday roundup. Alexa, birthday roundup.
Today's famous birthdays include Mexican drug lord Amado Carrillo Fuentes, born 1956, American mixed martial artist Chuck Liddell, born 1969, American film, stage, and television actress Sarah Paulson, born 1974, American actor Bill Pullman, born 1953, Filipino boxer, basketball player, singer and politician, dancer, Manny Pacquiao, born 1978, 266th Pope of the Catholic Church Pope Francis, born 1936, and Ukrainian-born American model and actress Mila Jovovich, born 1975.
Oh. Yeah. Well, thank you, Alexa, for the birthday roundup. That's that artificial intelligence. What can I say? It's wonderful. Okay, you know, we have these new interns that are here at Pack Stereo. We're seeking to get them trained right now. I got to give a shout out to Jada Salazar, who's the student body president at Dorsey High. Student, give it up. She's student body president at Dorsey High. And she's over here working at Pack Stereo, and she's got me really thinking of new things for her. She's darling and wonderful and talented. So we've been training, and she came in, and I had her do this whole time management map, right? They first come in, I have them map out what they do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so we can look at their time management. Usually the exercise is to show people that they can't write out what they do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, okay? So this young lady comes in with her stuff done impeccably, typed up impeccably. And so I told her, all right, I'm raising the bar. I told her, Vic, I said, I'm raising the bar, because I told her, Vic, every time you guys show me your skill set, I'm going to raise that bar.
And she's going to raise the bar on you.
She sure
goes
is.
both ways now, because you kind of, what you did is said this,
I didn't expect it. She's got me really planning for more and more ways for her to interact with Pack Stereo. You're going to be seeing her because she's going to be doing broadcasts. 17 years old, getting ready. She's applying to college. We're looking for ways to support these students. These internships with Pack Stereo are paid internships because we're trying to contribute to their journey as students. So, believe me, and I think of things for them to do, and it's not just where they help Pack Stereo, but we're going to have them broadcasting, giving their perspective on life as students. So look forward to our new intern, Jada Salazar. Here's the latest slideshow animation, and I'll be right back after this. What's happening, Marvin? I love you, brother. Hey, Reginald, Lizzie Lee, Reginald, man, and Serena. I love you, Ivy. Wade, Rita. La Hija.
Be right back. I'm going to give me a refill on my coffee. Refill my coffee will be like 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
And your feet up, shoes off, kicking on back. Late night, staying up, writing these raps. Ain't looking in the summertime, soaking up the sun. Now I'm jet black, yeah, I think I got enough. On the tops, flip flops, like he's up soft, small braids, Kool-Aid, melon in the shade. Cute boys, first jobs, divas being snob. Telephone in the neck, barbecues, pool parties, overnight stays. Little drinking, little kissing, playing these games. Boys trying to bag him, then the next day bragging, but you didn't want to kiss him cause he had that dragon. Laughing to your pee, hoping homies don't see. Cut a little grass for some gas money. Chilling at the malls, getting sticky with the paws. You did it for the rush like a rebel with no cause. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, so you looking for applause. See, we were kids that lost, didn't have a cause. It was the summertime to us, it had no flaws. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, so you looking for applause. See, we were kids that lost, didn't have a cause. It was the summertime to had no flaws. And yo, posted at the hoop court, 3 straight hours, writing in these skirts with the airbrush flowers. We went to share the lads and they appreciated that. And he would almost die when he let you wear his cap. You might have told a lie and abbreviated facts if you came home late and were accused of being late. Me, I didn't smoke, no, mama, I swear. She's only gonna judge you and you know it ain't fair. Trips to the beauty shop, keeping fresh hair. Blowing $80 at the damn state fair. Beach body surfing with the abs looking perfect. Hitting all the clubs, getting love on the skirts. From ice cream cones to the Starbucks songs, to your new best friend, to your breakup song. They all play out like your favorite days. You love the summertime and it ain't gonna change. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, so you looking for applause. See, we were kids that lost, didn't have a cause. It was the summertime to us, it had no flaws. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, so you looking for applause. See, we were kids that lost, didn't have a cause. It was the summertime to had no flaws.
Yes, latest slideshow animation. I get the pleasure of making those weekly. And we've got more coming up next season. Today, you guys, is the season finale. In other words, we're going to be taking our season hiatus until we come back after the first of the year. We still got some programming that'll be going on. Just Morning Coffee will be on hiatus because we've got some events coming up right now. We've got an event on the 30th that we're going to be coming up with some announcements later. And then some other holiday functions for Pack Stereo. So things are coming. So we'll be able to show those to you in a little while.
Yeah.
But the holiday programming is coming up.
Yeah, man. Some can't say too much because, you know, it's one of the most, what they call time management issues. Not because it's the issues that everybody's juggling, traveling, coordinating with family. But you also want to be able to share the experience of the season. So it's going to be interesting what we get to pull off because you actually, you know, have things going to be going on that may not be for the broadcast. So the part that you end up doing is it's not the broadcast and the special events, it's the family and other events, the things you're dealing with people who want to see you come close and celebrate that's not on camera. That's where all the conflicts come in. But something will jump off, man.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It's time for the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. good news, bad news, and the other shit as we head into the new year, you recognize, actually, you've got less than 2 weeks
Yeah.
before the new year, you guys. The time it's winding down. We're all caught up into the whole holiday season, getting things ready, but the year's almost over. And so another year passes in the Mueller investigation, and things have ramped up considerably. I took this time in this past week to go back and review my broadcast of 5/22/17, where I made those first predictions for the Trump presidency. And I actually was I was proud of myself because I did make some amazing predictions. One of the predictions I made was that there would be an orgy of evidence, that Trump would leave dirt everywhere, and there would be evidence everywhere of crimes he had committed. I also predicted that the president would continue to break the law all the way up until the time he was impeached, that he would fight it in ways that were illegal all the way up until the time. And I said because of this, he would actually be the first president to be tried for a criminal offense 1 to 2 years after he's removed from office because of his stance and the fact that he would never admit any guilt, that he would never show any remorse for any of his actions, that he would be the first president of the United States who would be tried for treason 1 to 2 years after removal from office. I still stand by that. But if you look around, and I predicted, I think at the time, over 20 indictments, well, way over that.
Right.
We're almost at 40 indictments now, including the president's inner circle. As of late, I also reminded you that while everyone focuses on whether or not the president, a sitting president, can actually be indicted, that I told you that the evolving news that would be through the holidays and into the next year was the unraveling of the president's finances and his family. While everybody debates whether or not you can indict a sitting president, the beat marches on. And when the beat marches on, that means the other folks around the president who do not have president privilege, they get indicted, and many of them are going to go to jail. As it turns out, the focus on the president's family has reached an all-time high, with even Ivanka being identified, Vic, as a potential source of a future indictment.
Yeah. You know what, man? This was one of those where, actually, if you had sports betting in politics, who would bet that Trump would say, okay, I'll obey the law?
That's what I'm saying. He's going to continue to commit crimes, Vic.
Yeah.
Otherwise, America loves to pardon presidents.
Yeah, I went to look at that history of executives and cabinets and everything who actually serve jail time. It's very few, man.
Very
it's
few.
outrageous. You have to be just, and I said at the level of going, and I'm just saying this. I said chief of staff, probably, jail time. Probably the one I searched for. And I'm not giving you the data and the names. I went to look at it and said, okay, what's the chances that anybody at this level will serve jail time? And you have to go back to the Nixon.
Well, the point that I make is normally even the president wouldn't have to do it. If he wasn't so hard-headed,
Right.
all you do is resign, and then they go, okay, we're done.
Yes.
We don't want to talk about it.
Right.
Because they don't want to deal with it in public.
No.
But since he's going to fight everything, and not only fight it, publicly insult and attack the people who are bringing the charges,
Right.
that sets a whole new game, Vic. This would never occur, Vic, under normal circumstances. You would never have the president indicted because the system is set up just to try to remove him and sweep it underneath the rug. But Trump is so stupid, he's going to fight, and that's why it's going to be a long drag out. In the meantime, you're going to see his family torn apart. I predicted in my broadcast of 5/22/17 jail time for Donald Jr. and Jared Kushner. Jail time. And I predicted indictment for Ivanka. I didn't predict jail time for her.
Right.
America hates to punish a beautiful white woman. Okay. They just
It's hard.
ask Lindsay Lohan.
It's hard, man.
They don't have the stomach for it. They will put a brother underneath the jail, but Don't be a pretty white woman. Lindsay Lohan is the only one I know who went to jail for an hour. She literally went to jail for an hour. You know anybody black who went to jail for an hour?
Wait a minute. Let me say this.
An hour.
Did you see not to change this, but, you know, when they were talking about where, say, Michael Cohen and whoever may serve their time, did they show you the location that they're actually bidding for?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
I said, well, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. When I looked at it, I said, that's jail.
So Michael Cohen, let me see if I can get it. Michael Cohen's jail.
Well, I'm just saying, you can't pick, you know, on his own, but you know the attorneys are going to put you in what they call a place that's called
one of them comfort jails.
Well, it's one what they call those timeshares. See, it looks like a timeshare to me. It says, well, such and such was here. They were indicted on this. He'll be leaving. You can timeshare his room. That's the perspective I got in there, man. I said, okay, that's luxury jail, right?
Yeah, I guess they do. Must be nice.
I forgot. My bad, you guys. I should
nice.
not bring up a subject without having the name of the facility and my bad.
And I sent me a picture because we were like, well, you know, like I said, what we predict is that, you know, for the most part, these things follow the normal course of action.
Yeah.
But the president, because of his stance, makes it go a different way.
Yeah.
And so we head into the year. We head into the year, Vic, with every Friday, which is the typical day of the week that they release indictments or make motions because you have the whole weekend where the courts are closed and everybody has time for it to settle in. So every Friday is a moment now of excitement to see what drops.
Right.
But now, officially, without even coming and pointing, still leaving the president as a quote-unquote unindicted co-conspirator, they can indict and have everybody around him plead guilty, get sentenced, while the unindicted co-conspirator number one, individual number one, doesn't get dealt with. But what happens when they take everybody around individual number one, find them guilty, send them to jail, and the only thing left to do with the whole thing is deal with individual number one?
Well, why do we keep saying individual number one? Why do we say? Is there a reason why it takes too long?
That's because in their filings
we have to say it.
They say that's what they list them, individual number one.
Okay, I'll go along with it because it's a practice and you're supposed to be technically and contextually correct. So we'll just say Grim Reaper number one. You guys say that, I'll say Grim Reaper number one.
It's happening. So everybody brace yourselves for the holiday season. While you're enjoying that Christmas turkey and Christmas ham, unfortunately, I think you're going to have to suffer through a certain degree of increased political activity throughout the holidays. That's the one negative. I think you're going to have to suffer with me through the holiday seasons with weekly updates on the president. And so it is. So we will get ready for that as it starts to rain. But now that the president is cornered, remember, you can relax on him. Don't let them catch you up in the drama that is deciding whether or not a sitting president can be indicted. Sit back and relax. The drama unfold as everybody in his team turns against him and everybody around him is held accountable for their previous actions. I'm Arnold Hemsley. This is the good news. The bad news. All right. I was trying to decide what I was going to play, because I have some Pack Stereo Christmas. But, everybody says, Mar, don't play those Pack Stereo Christmas songs. They don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
The electrifying.
We'll be right back. With Marijuana for Dummies. They closed down my dispensary, y'all.
creating a union
I found a new one.
that is telling,
We'll be right back.
shining a light, shedding a glow.
I'm smoking Blue Dream.
Soul. From love arises a booming energy, sending the world a message in a bottle. There is more to show. As the love grows and kicks into full throttle, the fused unit produces a message that becomes a more powerful whole, even more powerful than the love in full.
We go here, we go there. I wonder if I'm really worth the fight. I felt so I surrender, I lay down. Your better roses to love for the night.
Y'all know I look kind of good in this. Mac, you know I look kind of good. DFC jealous.
And if you take this all on your heart, and if you say I can stay, I'll stay. The fire is burning on the hillside. The fever is breaking every snow. I'm losing things I've taken pains to hide still. You got me thinking maybe I won't go. There's really nothing left to give you. The best was gone so long ago. I can't forget the reasons I still love you, even though I've never told you so. And if you're rooting for your part, and if you want me to stay, and if you take this all on your heart, and if you say I can stay, I'll stay. Still, you got me thinking maybe I should stay. You got me saying I should stay. Still, you got me saying I should stay. You got me thinking I should stay. Stay with me. You got me thinking I should stay. Stay with me.
Sights on the body heat. Love Shadow. Featuring the artist formerly known as Romancito. Love Shadow, I'm laughing because y'all talk about my clothes. BMC, about I wore this, he saw this suit in Willy Wonka.
Oh, that's oh, that's what's wrong, man.
Give it up. And I got, and you know what's, okay.
Willy Wonka. No, I'm just kidding, man.
So this is part, I tell you guys a little bit about, the season finance because I am lamenting a little bit that since I'm dating now, I have to spend extra money. And one of the things of dating too, Vic, is that you have to buy different clothes. So part of this outfit was me trying to impress my date with my holiday fashion sense. What do you guys think?
Well, I think it's good. I just want to ask really one question.
I gotta show her. She ain't seen this shit. I'm gonna show her.
But
I'm gonna wear this to your moms.
No. I really thought of something that really, I think it identifies with this. So when you going to church?
Why you want to mess with my head, man?
Where you going to church?
I can wear this to church.
You gonna wear it to church?
Can you wear this to church? How many of y'all can wear this to church? Look, I got the wait, you see, and it's pants. And I got some red shoes. You know, they're a little thin, but you know, this is kind of like, you know, I'm kind of like, you know, who has it like that?
Yeah, you know.
You know, no real belt loops or anything, but.
Is there a label designer in the inside of the jacket?
Yeah, it says Suitmeister. Suitmeister. Look, they even gave me an inside pocket. Look at this. Look at that. There's some buttons in the Suitmeister.
Hey, man, most people don't realize that is rare material you're wearing. Rare.
Y'all know this didn't even cost that much, y'all.
No, man.
This is like $50 online. I'm going to press my friends.
I think that's great, man. Isn't it mixed with rabbit and leather or something like that? No.
Rabbit. Squirrel back. We'll lend it to PMC so you can wear it to church. Wear the same size. I'll send it out there to you, PMC.
Right.
Just make sure you get it cleaned.
That's the truth.
You turn it.
That is just so cold, man.
I mean, they ready, Vic. They're ready for you. They want to talk some sports.
It's all, dude.
They got them dressed appropriately, they say.
I'm telling you right offhand. Most of them have to endure the losing that was taking place over the weekend in one particular sport. The only sport that everybody's paying attention to really right now is football. The leather, the pig.
But I kind of got confused for a moment because, you know,
right,
the whole pig thing.
Yeah, hey, man. Hey, look.
What can I say?
You know, right now, watch this before we even go there. Did you watch any college bowl games?
No.
See, it hasn't hit. That's the whole point. Is already started.
There's too many. There's something like 100 or so bowl games. It's like something. It's like a lot. It's not as way. It's above 50.
Right, but these teams, they're making money off of this.
Of
but
course.
you're not watching it for the other reasons.
No,
but
I'm watching it for the
I support
cheerleaders.
making money, even if it doesn't hit the mainstream.
Well, I do support making money, and for those of you embracing prostitution, I understand. Just remember Lotrimin cream. Lotrimin cream. I'll spare you some of that, maybe a little hydrocortisone. Okay. Well, you guys ready to talk some sports?
Maybe.
I may have to just put on my helmet. Ow! Victor Allen's New Sports, written and directed by the bald-headed black man, demands that the ladies have nicknamed sexual chocolate. Come and get some. Dress appropriately in sports bras and jock straps. That's for everybody. Maybe I know the jock straps confuse you, but the sports bras can confuse us. Be there, everybody. He's Vic. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to answer a couple of questions people put on me. It says, you know, how come you're not wearing a suit? I said, well, wonder if I am wearing a suit and it just has no sleeves. I have no tie, but I'm wearing a suit. So I just want to let you know, man, you set a standard already that everybody's going like.
Why you got to wear a suit?
Because, you know, they said, look, you know, broadcasting, how you all relaxed and everything, man.
I'm only wearing this shit because I got a new date.
You said shit.
You got to impress it.
Wait a minute, you just. Dude,
I want to go back to the old Mario.
Wait a minute. You are now connecting your storyline.
I am. I warned her. I'm going to talk about it.
Depressed because of the
I'm
date.
telling you, it's stressful.
All right, man.
Stressful, y'all.
All right, man.
Messed up and got a young woman.
Okay. I'm going to leave that alone. I hope you.
Telling you, it's hard.
I'm going to go to that picture and say, hey, Philip Rivers, he knows what it is.
He know he got five girls.
And he's a happy man. He's a happy man.
He works out.
Hey,
eugenics.
Yeah, I know. Hey, look, let me say this, man. Tonight, by the time we see this upload, the game will have already taken place. New Orleans Saints at Carolina. If New Orleans go down and lose, because it's a travel game, all the top teams got hit. All the trending teams, for the most part, will have lost. Since Thursday, with the Chargers upsetting Kansas City, Pittsburgh, everybody's saying upset New England, Rams getting their ass handed to them by
Philadelphia. Yeah, it was a weekend of upsets.
Yes. And Dallas, because of their winning and how they were winning, blanked at the Colts. Now,
Whoa.
So what we're going to do first, because just to let you know, we're not talking college football. I dare anyone to sit back and say which football game they watched, and give me the name of the bowl first. Don't give me the score. Just give me the name of the bowl. That's it. Which team out of the teams I just mentioned was the biggest upset, the number one that the team losing has to be worried about? Because at this time of the year, most of the time they're doing adjustments for whatever reason, this matchup. So I want to go down the list quickly. So we're going to hit each one, 1, 2, 3, 4, real quick. Just say, boom, boom, boom. Come back and say, what does it mean moving forward? So let's take it to the top. The game to me that was just recent right now, of course, is New England and Pittsburgh. I'm not going to get into whether this is a meaningful game or not. I'm going to say still start with the Chargers last Thursday, and they're not getting the respect. I'm going to worry about that later. I'll go with the Rams in Philadelphia as probably my number one because they were favored by 14 points. 2 touchdowns, and it looked like, you know what Philadelphia looked like? They looked like the team that was coming up when Nick Foles kicked in last year and they went on a run.
Exactly.
So now, before we go any further, let's go to the Dallas, just to give you a glimpse. Dude, everybody said, be afraid of this team. They're not in the playoffs yet, but everybody's hoping they don't. And I said, you guys are overhyping it. And then they blank the Cowboys, 23-0. With their number
I
one.
don't even know how to take this stuff, Vic. It's too dramatic, these looks.
So wait a minute. Which one is saying this team has to worry? Worry. I mean, it's going to be the team that of course, all the losses. Which team out of this group do you think, oh my God, I think they got problems?
I think it's Dallas Cowboys.
You think it's Dallas?
Now, because I think New England kind of knows what they have.
Okay.
I think they really do. I think Belichick is always aware of where he's weak.
Right.
He just keeps his mum on it.
Right.
And that he's trying to get the most out of what is a team that has more weaknesses. So I think that New England, even in losing to Pittsburgh, just makes them clench their jaw tighter and get more resolute because I think they know what they have.
So that game, what you're saying is because both teams don't have the defenses they had before. So they both came in kind of limping and struggling. Steelers on that 2 or 3 game losing streak, and then of course New England coming off of theirs, being able to go, hey, look, we don't have the same impact as we had before. So that whole division, that whole area, Pittsburgh and New England from last year, that's not the teams you're seeing this year. So I don't think either one of them have to worry because there's such a down play in how the quality of play in both their respective conferences. I'm going, either one can get out of their limping. And
they know it.
Yeah.
They're still, and Pittsburgh, I think it makes them feel good. It says more about them and their resurgence than it says about New England going down.
Yes.
I'm with you. I think they expect it. They're not going to overhype it.
Right.
They're not. It doesn't mean that to them.
Right.
And that leads us to the other games.
Yeah, that's good. Now, which this game, I think they got the blueprint, and it's an obvious blueprint. The take that I've seen, which is it's smart when the teams are doing this. Rams like, they got Gurley. Rams like pushing the ball down the field, meaning that you need more time to protect the quarterback so he can hit those wonderful plays going downfield. Well, they've been able to adjust. These teams are going, well, we'll just have to pressure Goff. Because Jared, coming out of college, had legs. Well, he doesn't have legs now. He doesn't run. And
they took his legs. They took his legs.
And he doesn't run.
He just scoots around on his penis.
I'm not going to leave you. That's all you, bro. You're going to take the quality.
Just imagine how he gets around with no legs.
You're going to take the quality of this. I'm going to leave it alone. Okay.
Just scoot around.
I'm just going to say, Philadelphia, you're not in the playoffs yet, but people should fear you because I'm going to say this and they're going to say, it's blasphemous. When Nick Foles comes in the game, there's a fluidity that happens with him, and you see it. Secondly, they figured out how to go like this. Our front four, all we have to do is pressure. And so for the last 2 games, you had Jared Goff throw 7 interceptions. So they're hitting the snake head. You hit the head of the snake, you disrupt everything else and its flow. Now, does that mean that Rams are in trouble because they got a blueprint? No, I think Sean McVay will go, okay, it's timing. They blueprinted us now. I have to now come back and scheme. Do you believe this is a shape shifter, as now the Rams basically now are not going to overwhelm any other teams going into the playoffs? If they now will be struggling to compete just at the level that Chicago and Philly just handed them losses and overwhelmed them with defense.
No, it's going to be a struggle. I think that's what it's saying. You know, playoffs is a different animal.
Right.
I think we're all surprised at the flaws that all the teams are showing at different moments. So no, I think it really says something about the parity, Vic, and that it's not going to be a cakewalk for any of them.
Right.
Any of them. It's going to really be
right
a difficult situation, and they're going to have to earn it.
Okay. Now, I want to go back up to the top, because the game, I think, before we go on down, the game, I think that get no respect, because somehow or another, I believe the most consistent team that makes comebacks. What they said, the identity of a team is when it travels and it doesn't give up. It doesn't let the home field take advantage of it. It doesn't look at that. And so when a team can go into other arenas and say, we don't have the Kansas City splash, we don't have the New England, we strategically go after your weaknesses, we don't have the overwhelming New Orleans Saints overpowered offense if you go to the Dome. This team quietly is like, we're the most consistent and complete team. Should you fear us because we're the only team that beat Kansas City in Kansas City? How come they're not getting respect?
They're not going to get respect from me, really, till they're in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I mean, not that kind of respect. I really, really embrace Phillip Rivers, what he's done over the years, and he's a gunslinger who's been there consistently. We know he's a Hall of Famer.
Right.
We know he's a Hall of Famer.
Right.
So, but if you're a Chargers fan, you've been consistently disappointed over the recent times.
Right.
Even though they do have this legacy of these teams that were great. Now, this one I'm going to have to wait and see. But Vic, if they find themselves in the playoffs,
right,
like anything can happen, they totally have a chance to be in the Super Bowl. They totally have a chance because at any given moment, we know they can be the best team in the AFC.
Right. And
so that's they're showing that.
And just so people can understand, I know that they're gonna think, is it a one-off? I said, now they beat Kansas City.
They beat Kansas City.
Their number one running back and several injuries, number one receivers out of the game, number one running backs out of the game. They had a few other injuries, and they still beat them. So I fear the team that literally goes, we may not overwhelm you, and if we get down, we're getting down against some of the top teams. They've already played the Rams. They played Pittsburgh, got them, got Kansas City. They literally, to me, have a blueprint where they go, we're not going to get blown out.
Well, they're the dark horse, according to me. I can totally see it happening.
Yeah.
I don't think it's still long odds to me, kind of.
I agree.
But there's no question that they can pull this off.
Right.
So if they actually find themselves there,
right,
I may be rooting for them.
Okay.
I actually may be rooting for them, especially because how much I have respect for Phillip Rivers.
Let's go right back down to Dallas and Indianapolis, because I just want to see if Mario can inspire the Dallas fan base not to worry about the
No, Texas, cash it in.
No, wait a minute.
Sorry, Texas.
No.
Tejas.
Wait a minute. You either have to ride the bandwagon and say Indianapolis Colts is getting into the playoffs, you guys got to worry about us, or you say, nah, that's just a one-off. Or you're going to say Dallas, they exposed you so badly. that you have a great offensive line, you have the number one running back. Is it Dak? Is it the coaching? What do you think happened where does Dallas have to worry, or is it just a blip? Which one?
Not so sure with this one, Vic. I am increasingly believing that the issue with Dallas is coaching. That they would do like Cleveland did if you switched coaching.
Yeah.
I see the ingredients for a great team. I don't know why it underperforms in the way that it does, but it may do just like what Cleveland does.
Right.
When you shift the coach, all of a sudden the performance looks so much better.
Right.
So, I don't know. In terms of, I'll give it a one, what do you say, a one-off?
A one-off, yeah.
It's more of a one-off because I don't think Indianapolis is that good.
Okay.
They do have, again, it's another example of a team that has some good building blocks, but still got to do a lot around it, you know.
Okay, this is so hard because I watched the game and I was going, they got in. I mean, literally, this team, and looking at it from what they call they're healthy. This is a team that finally got healthy. They waited. They got everybody in position. Watch how they play. And they say your eye test is what you look at. This team, now I see what they said. They're fighting to get into the playoffs. Nobody wants to deal with them because no teams have shut out Dallas. Even as bad or good they had on their days. Zero. Goose egg with Elliott and Dak. And Gordon. I mean, I'm literally sitting up here going like this.
Man, I wonder how Jerry's feeling today.
Jerry's world is...
Jerry's kind of pissed.
Yeah, just saying. So.
I don't think Jerry's too happy.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because even Ezekiel, what are they feeling today?
I don't know. Let me say this, and you know, I put up the standings here because we're going to move on because I have to get to something else. I put up the standings because if you are talking about parity right now, is there one team now that's head and shoulders above everybody else? No. There's none right now. So right now, I think the best bet is that you're looking at what team is trending up with defense. It'll be interesting tonight because New Orleans goes to Carolina, who has a horrific defense right now. Now, just if you had a soft prediction, Mark, soft prediction. New Orleans, they do better at home. They're a dome team. Everybody knows it. Does Cam find a way to neutralize that offense? Or does Breeze say, look, we won't score 35, 40 points, but our defense is better than your defense, which I have to say yes. So this should be a slam dunk. This should be, they should win by at least 10 to 12 points. Now, what do you think?
I think they're going to win by 10 to 12 points. I think they're going to slam Cam.
Yeah.
And the boys.
Yeah, I do. I feel bad.
I'm not sure what is the issue with them either.
Right.
In terms of their defense, suddenly.
Right. I have no idea. I haven't been able to see if it's a health issue. It's just.
Yeah, but in that, you know what? But I can almost say that when I look at the NFC South, that's the whole division.
Yes.
Other than New Orleans, Carolina, do we expect this? Did we expect this from Atlanta or even Tampa Bay?
No,
Come on, we didn't expect. We expected this conference for them to be at least more competitive as a conference.
Right.
And now the conference as a whole just looks
kind
of weak.
How do you take a Carolina